Alright guys, what is up? Your boy RDikes here, coming at you with an exclusive video actually on the next-gen console. So I put out a video yesterday. It was about the really how the game was playing with the pocket protection. I actually did this video too yesterday, but something happened where the video got cut off or something. Apparently it was the PS4 when you use the stream. Like I said, my capture card is down right now just because of the HDMI protection, so I'm getting something to fix that. But enough to talk about that. Let's talk about something, just kind of the differences in the Madden 25 next-gen consoles, and we'll go over that. So, guys, the main thing that you're going to see, basically from a defensive standpoint, is the reaction from the players. They react a lot higher. They're a lot more aware of what's going on, and also the purples, which people had such big complaints about before, are playing much better. So let's just go to a regular standard defense. Let's just go to a cover 4, so you guys can kind of see how the purples are in action. Even the sugar 3, cover 3 bluff would work as well. Let's see if we can find a cover 4. So here's the cover 4. So here it is. Basically, you see like a curl flat system. The defense with the purples again. So we're gonna call high care. And again, now you're seeing the purples actually react. Now they got out there for some reason. He didn't click on, or I didn't click on because I'm not playing defense. But you can. I mean they're there, and now you see that they're starting to react. I'm just gonna go down, just to save time. But you guys are seeing that the purples are actually flying out there, which is a big thing. Especially, I notice the corners sometimes. If you guys watch that, a lot of the times you've got to click onto the corners for some weird reason. So if you just do this, if you just touch him, again, you'll get better. They'll fly out there. But for some reason, guys, if you got to click on for the corners, like when you click on, I can't do it too much with my hands just because I can't really play two at once. But let me see if I can click on this time. So I'm gonna call hike and do this. But now you're able to at least get in position. Now it clicked me onto the other corner, which I'm not sure why, but I'm trying to get it down just because I have two controllers. But you see that the purples are actually getting out there now. For some reason, that corner's not playing it. Kind of weird, but just a little bit different style. But you guys can see that basically the main thing is the purples are playing, which was such a big thing. The next thing that people had problem with defensively is if you see how the deep blues, and no matter what you did on the defensive side of the ball, they would never really play the streaks. So now let's go ahead and throw a streak, and we'll show what I'm talking about. So now what the safeties are doing, now he might not have defended that, but look at the difference just from the first game to this game. Now if we go back to this, here we go. So let's just watch the safety, how he reacts. Now let's see in the eyes of the safety as well. So we're going to call hike. So he's watching the quarterback. And now as soon as the ball's out, guys, they're not really waiting on it. See how he's trying to attack the ball? That's a big sign of an improvement, especially for the next generation consoles. Now again, we're seeing him go up for the ball. Now he's not able to body it up, but at least he's attacking the football, as in other games they weren't attacking. So again, let's actually throw Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas is very, very good, so you see it. But now you see they're actually coming up and reacting to the football. You don't have that whole 15-yard window like you did before. You really got a window like this. You've got to bullet it in right away, and still that safety's flying down to hit you rather than standing there waiting there. Again, like we talked about, here it is. Shoot it down, but at least that safety is coming down. Even on a completed pass, which we didn't see before. Again, let's go to instant replay. I gotta actually wait till the play's over. But you guys can see kind of the biggest reaction from the defense, number one overall. Before they would stay here the whole time you throw the ball. Now you see he's actually jetting down there. Before he would stand there. As soon as you caught it, they would jet down. But now they're actually reacting to the football. So it's a big sign of improvement, especially from the defensive side of the ball. And the one thing I've noticed, I've actually liked to stay in my base personnel a lot of the time too. I usually stay in 3-4 almost the whole game when I use the Browns. And then mixing the cover 4s, mixing some blitzes here and there. Also, what I want to talk about is the pass rush, just in general. So let's just watch the front 4. So here it is. So the front 4 pass rush, you see how they fly in, and you're really forced to play your pocket, which is why we put that video yesterday. So here it is again. Just watch how, look how fast the DNs just fly up. You've really got to step up in the pocket now, which we showed a video yesterday. But the defensive ends are just flying in. Like I said, we talked about this a little bit yesterday too, but you can't drop back and do this all day now. Now if you drop back, you're not really able to. Again, they're playing it pretty good, but you don't really have all that time to sit there and drop back like you did on the the Generation 3 console, which is the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Now you're seeing them get that crazy angles. Again, they're not playing that just because it's a comeback, but like I said, you guys can see a definite improvement on the pass rush as well. So that's really, I would say, the biggest thing from a defensive standpoint that's really changed. So let's go to the offensive side of the ball and show you a little bit of a couple of things that I've noticed with the true step. And again, throwing the seam routes, we'll go back to that as well. So we will go ahead here. Let me go to the run, specifically this run. So this Pat's halfback blast, this was a popular play that I ran, and I know a lot of people ran this. Let's just run like a two-man under cover one press. But what I was doing with this run on the 360, I was able to go left, and now you see when I try to go left, if the left side was there, if we go back into instant replay, with the true step locomotion or whatever you guys want to call it, basically, guys, you're basically, since all my weight is here, directed this way, it's going to take me a second to step back. Before, you could really just cut on a dime. Now you see the foot plant. He's got to put his foot in the dirt and then cut out, and you guys see it right there. I still get some decent yardage, but before, you were really able to just kick it back right away. So you really are forced to go middle and outside. And I've also noticed a big change in how the defensive line block sheds. It feels like it's a lot better, which is kind of weird to say that. And like I said, I can't instantly kick that out like I was before. Again, I have to really run my directed route, so I have to really follow my fullback just like this before. So this run that I was running before that was really, really good is now just a really decent run. It's not the best run in the game, which was maybe a top 5 run in the game in my opinion, and now it's become maybe just a decent run to mix in here and there, because you really can't, again, you see you can't really kick it out to the right, you can't really kick it out to the left with the step motion. So let's go ahead, again, choose a new play, which is something that they added. You have to pause it and choose a new play every time you go to practice mode, which is things people will have to get used to. But let's talk about one more thing on the offensive side of the ball. So throwing streak routes. You guys saw kind of how the defense was playing as well, but you really do have a tighter window to throw a streak route, as well as the catching traffic on the goal line. I think it goes down. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like when I was spectacular catching before, which you'll see here, you're not really able to body people up now. Now the safety gets over there and I drop the ball, which normally I would catch on the goal line, to be honest. I would catch it about 8 to 10 times. Again, there's that pass rush, but there's that drop pass again. So the catching traffic, I think they've toned it down a little bit. So, again, I think they've really played home to the defense. We want the defense to play right. And, again, you see the safeties reacting to the ball in the air. They were doing that a little bit before on the Generation 3, but not as much. And you'll see the safety as well come up here and play the ball. So here it is again. Fast forward a little bit. But now what you see the safeties doing is you see him, he is actually swatting the ball. Before, you would only see him do this. He would stand here like this, guys, the whole time and just stand there. Now he's actually going up and playing the ball, which before they would not do. Which, again, is something, an adjustment people have to make if they were doing spec catches. And then, again, you got Earl Thomas laying out for the ball right there, trying to make a play. So it's just a couple different things that have really transpired throughout the game, something you guys got to get really used to. Again, the screens, I think, are toned down a little bit. You'll see it here as well. If we throw the screen, you see how the pass rush really flies in. As before, it was almost like there was a delay with the pass rush, but you see how the pass rush is really just flying in now, and it's really hard to get the screens off. Before, I would gash them for about 15 to 20 yards, but it's not as good just because I think the pass rush is flying in so fast now that you've really got to get back and get rid of the ball, which is a lot faster for the cornerbacks and the linebackers to react. So, I mean, that's kind of the biggest differences I've seen so far. If people have any suggestions of what else they think might be different with the game, that's just kind of the main focal points that I've seen with the game so far. Really, pass leading is toned down as well a little bit. I would say if you have a elite quarterback, though, you're going to see a larger difference rather than if I'm using, right here, I'm using Jason Campbell. But if I go to the Seahawks and use Russell Wilson, you'll be able to see a drastic difference in how they play rather than in the NeXgen 3s, which is 360 and PS3 again. You could really make Brian Hoyer Campbell look as good as any other quarterback was in this game. You're really going to see a big difference, and I would say that's really the biggest thing. So, as always, thanks for watching, guys, and your boy RDikes signing out.